Change this over real quick. Great, the mouse is frozen. Come on. How's that going on it? Testing. Yeah, I was testing. I was definitely echoing. I don't know why. Testing is echoing. Oh, I see why it's recorded for that. Like that it's had. Test again. Any echo?
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
I think I got rid of it. Oh, add-on. Oh, great. Great timing. Studio mode off. Linger here for a minute. Says there's the ad playing.
Take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
While it's doing that, I can check something actually. Let me see. What's going on? Plenty of time for that one. Where does this begin? Dragon Spines. Never need Dragon Spine. I need to do that yet. I could do that real quick.
Rebooting.
I don't see why I can't do that one real quickly. I can actually spot where it is. Ah, there it is.
Try and stop me!
A brash maneuver!
Oh, am I doing it?
Burn it down!
Where are they at?
Pyroclastic surge!
Don't take time into your trying to kill people. That's super slow down. I don't know. That was weird. Way to go, North.
Rev the engines! Light up the blazing sun! Switching gears.
Hold the line!
Plankrons? Yeah. Plankron. Way to go. Over there, huh?
Full throttle!
You don't want any of this, buddy.
stop me!
Watch your borders.
Yeah.
Another test.
Wrath from the skies!
Picked the wrong test subject.
Rise with the sun!
That should be enough. Yep. Go turn them in real quick.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward. Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Nice. Okay. Never not do that. Leaving you alone for a bit. And that's where that is. It's got focus mode on that. That's good. That's where this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Because this isn't going to have a focus mode. Alright, so we're doing this one and this one, I believe.
Rest and rebuild!
Hold on to me. That thing, huh? Let's see, it's a bit ish. Okay, I just saw, I don't want to look off. This thing wants to stop pestering me. Controller, behave. Let me change my body. Going to sort of chop her out for this.
Stay close and you will live.
Ice and frost.
Burn it down!
Shine down.
You're safe. I was so worried. My dear Petit Chow. And you too, Anne. We meet again at last. In those darkest of days, I thought of you and drew strength to fight on from those thoughts. Thank you, noble warriors. You have come forth to uphold the cause of justice. Why had I arms? I would try. Why I had arms? I as slender as yours. I would tip my hat to honor you. There's no need to be so prim and proper. And introduces you to Paimon. And introduces you and Paimon to Al, and explains what happened previously. But why is Finch's older brother a duck? Why a duck, you ask? Such definition's important. I have a supple body and an iron will, and webbed feet which tread the water. Of these I am proud, and that is enough. I am Petit Chow, and Petit Chow is the sphere. The sphere is the closest to perfection, and the most complicated of all shapes. I am most proud of my sister. Seriously, brother, what are you talking about? Actually, traveler, what is Al talking about? He means we shouldn't dwell on it too much on these details. I don't know, but it's probably not important. We members of the... I can never say that. Necrotic... Norse... Yep, no one's right. Adventure team are desperate indeed. But we have one goal. We shall serve the Princess Laius, and we shall defeat the fell dragon Narcissus. Well said. The person I am now only knows that stands before me is the noble and valiant knight who possesses an iron will needed to defeat Narcissus. That is enough for me. Narcissus? I'm not sure. Usually the mightier the will, the larger the form needed to be its vessel. As in the case of Narcissus, the knight's structure is much more like mine, and yet... Yeah, seriously. The first thing Paimon understood here was Narcissus. You're always going on about Narcissus, and Narcissus that. But what is it really? Look up above, the Princess Laius Tower. That is Narcissus. Oh, that thing, I see it. That wasn't there before the water. Rose. Isn't that just an oceanoid? Oh golly gosh, it's the fell dragon of Narcissus. But that is the fell dragon of Narcissus. The fell dragon who invaded the Narcissus crew's kingdom. And its wings are huge and frightening. But it's an oceanid, isn't it? Well, traveler Paimon, you've seen much. Then what should a dragon look like? Well, if you're talking about dragons, we fought one before, so there'll be... Monster stuff. They all look different. The most classic dragon is the Volan, though. What? The Volan's are all different. His wings are blue, and the wings are huge, and he can fly. That's what exactly... What? That's exactly like the fell dragon. No, we've definitely met other dragons before. Just gonna go through them just to annoy you. Who became the embodiment of primal energies of Liwei's enemies. I see, so it was because of Narcissus. Evil being as Narcissus then? No, not at all. And how are they different? Narcissus resembles primordial regression and aggression? Not that one. Aggression? It's our foe. Well, but Asia has from leeway, and that's totally different, right? No, we've definitely met other dragons before. Like Sumer as a pep. Whose being was a form that could not grasp by humanity, and could summon all manner of servants. That does sound quite like Narcissus, instructing role and master of many servants. That must have been a grueling battle, very impressive. Yeah, Paimon's only get confused about what counts as a dragon. I'm confused as well. Well, I never understood that in the first place. Categories are just social constructs. There is no objective meaning. Come on, that can't be right. How can we communicate with this? We don't understand the world otherwise. Like everything I do here, our categories should not define our essence. Our purpose is what defines our essence. At this time, we are heroic, challenging the wicked dragon, and the wicked dragon is sufficient. Huh? This means what? I'll try again. How? What this means? All this means to say is that a rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. That is precisely the case, my dear. Is it Petit Joe? Were you not called Petit Joe, you would still be my dearest younger sister. So long as the tower your princess sleeps in lurking atop of the tower is the fell dragon of Narcissus. Is that right? Now I fear, as we previously stated, he is not here now. Which is why they were able to win our way here so easily. That up there on the dragon... That up there is the dragon's hatred made manifest. That's so complicated. Can't it just be an ordinary statue? Like, you know, Narcissus has commanded underlings to make an image of him on top of the highest tower, as to show off his greatness, or force the people of the land to look upon him, or something? Well, you actually make a reasonable point, Paimon. But if that was the case, well then, we should still be able to see it before Petit Chow made the foul water disappear, right? But instead, Narcissus' evil melded to the waters, which is why its wicked intent crystallized into that form which the waters were drained. Is that seriously how it happened? The fell dragon is truly terrifying. My talons hurt just looking at him. We have our knight, the traveller, and we should be fine, even if he is present, yes? It'd be best if he wasn't home at all the same. He's just a little dragon. Humility becomes of a knight indeed. Let us move on then. By your side, we have nothing to fear. I'd be tempted, but I don't want to do all that right now. Jack, thank goodness you're safe. As I thought, you're the ones who emptied the water out. Excellent, excellent. If I had hands like yours, yellow and white ones, I would be applauding already. Dear friend, please show some respect. Petit Chow is doing her best. You're right, I suppose. She has done nothing wrong, ultimately. Forget it. The yellow and white ones here. Who are they? Yellow and white? You mean us? And who else would I mean? Does Petit Chow look yellower to you? Or does Anne? Hey, but you're a blue frog. Alright, Paimon, please don't be angry. Jack is a knight. Jack, this is knight, traveller, and Paimon. A knight, you say? I suppose this Paimon is quite the squire. No. Why does everyone call Paimon that? Paimon is no squire. She's emergency food. Paimon is a bard whose task it is to record my adventures. Paimon is my companion. Let's go with that one. I see then you are not some minor feudal warrior. Not in that sense anyway. Are you some honorary knight? One with a title that comes with little benefit? Well, the traveller is an honorary knight, but she got it in Mondstadt so heroically doing battle with Storm Terror. Through, I think it said. Ah, then you're a dutiful, capable warrior. Very good. In that case, welcome to the Orchester. Orchester Jack. An Orchester. I don't know much about music. Wonderful, I'm a master musician. Let's go with an Orchester. Is that some kind of musical troupe? The name is merely an analogue, for we weave resistance like an orchestra in a struggle against Narcissus, as we seek to rescue Miss Lyris. Don't you mean Princess Lyris? That's right. Isn't Lyris a princess? Well, in both terms referring to the same person, but leaving that aside, we should listen well. The title princess is rigid. It is a rigid, hierarchical term even, to address the product of an oppressive system. It was a title merit of birth, not labor or wisdom. Here we go again. If the universe is more of a rational one, there will be no gods, no kings, and certainly no princes or princesses, nor would there be mystical powers that only few may wield. Do you follow me thus far? There will always be those who desire some special privileges. Didn't you put your name as an organization as well? This rabbit hole's not for me. It's a deplorable state of affairs. Yeah, this sounds really deep, but it's also confusing, Paimon. But not doing anything all day, while being able to enjoy anything delicious, sweet madames, is pretty nice. Is there anything wrong with that? I see, so some will reap the benefits doing no labor, then there must be some who are willing to do more to compensate. Like me, Paimon lacks her strength for labor, thus compensation is my obligation. It doesn't matter to me, Paimon's happiness is my own as well. Paimon hopes you can be happy too. Wait a minute, in that case, wouldn't the traveler be happy if Paimon... Try that again. Wait a minute, in that case, wouldn't the traveler be happy if she makes Paimon happy? That means that Paimon's... That means that making Paimon happy more is good for you too. That's how it works, right? This has been a very interesting conversation, but please allow me to interject. Dear Jack. Good night. May we begin discussing our next course of action to rescue the Princess Lyris? Silencing voices you do not want to hear. I see. Oh, traveller. Come see the repression inherent in the system. Help. Al's repressing me. Jack, you. Al isn't doing that. He's a good person. He wouldn't bully you. Dearest sister, please do not lose your temper over all this. If you have more to say, Jack, why don't we find a corner and settle this like gentlemen, Can I trouble you to stop for a second? I don't enough see you around. Stop squabbling. We all have the same goal. Please, everyone, aren't we comrades? We've all gathered here to rescue the princess, or Miss Lyris, after all. We count as such, I suppose. We shall cooperate, even if it's not a final goal to create a more beautiful world for Miss Lyris. Let us shake hands then, comrades. You have wings and webbed feet. You think these are apt replacements for hands? Then we shall do so, comrade. Jack and Alex shake hands awkwardly. If nothing, they extend their wings and webbed foot and tap them together. Please get along with him, Al. Of course, dear sister, do not worry, we're united in one cause. Alright. Now that's that problem solved. Problem. But this is a manifestation of a deeper issue. Jack, please. Okay, so, what do we do next then? Oh right, I almost forgot that we're here to save the princess. Why, I was starting to think that I brought such capable hands along, just to let them listen to two boys squabble. As for the situation, ask Al and Jack to explain. I need a moment to cool off. Ellen's having a tough time too, huh? You're pretty difficult yourself. He wasn't always like this. He once had a really good heart. He loved to cry. He would take care of younger children. But one day he said that he would never cry again. And later he changed. This might be due to Renee, I fear. And Renee changed too. And who's Renee? Sorry, where was I? Right, our course of action. You should ask Jack and the others. He and Al might argue a lot, but they're actually good friends. That was a long loading screen. Jack, you. Paimon, don't. Knock it off or we're going to start this all over again. Is there anything I need to do? Allow me to speak first then, Honored Knight and Paimon. Concerning the tower before us, Narcissus has been able to overcome it. As such, the princess is still safe. At that time when all seemed lost, the princess gave her greatest treasure to us, and that was the time that belonged to her. She gave you her what now? Time, you say? After she lost that time, the princess and the tower she dwells in both fell into stagnant and sleepless slumber. In remembrance of her, we named the fallen realm Anapus. I'm not sure what that one. And what does that mean? Because it has completely stagnated, Narcissus is the only one been able to taint anything within. That's more or less our situation. What do you mean, more or less our situation? Firstly, how does someone even give someone else their time? But it's true, Princess Luris did share her time with us. Narcissus would have constantly plot to invade, but with the time she gave us, we became far stronger. For example, my brother Al can actually... For example, my brother Al can usually only defeat one foe at once, but with time, he could vanquish 4 or even 5 in one go. A most vivid example. Thank you for your explanation, dear Petit Joe. Well, I hope you understand now, Traveller Paimon. Not at all, in fact. Yes, I understand. Yeah, how do you giving gifts of time to other people? Do these details matter? It's not as similar as feudal nobles would hire sharecroppers. Sharecroppers? How do those things even connect? Are you trying to say that exchanging your time is exchanging time for pay is a form of giving your time to others? Only a very small part of the wealth that the sharecropper creates will belong to him. If this is understood and regarded as normal by all, then what is there to understand about the situation that is hard to comprehend? You got Paimon. Why are you debating with an Oceanid? There's too much oddity at play here. Let's just leave that aside for now. That's true. Alright. Paimon totally gets it. Narcissus has spent long years searching for the princess's treasure. Only its power can cause the time in the tower to flow again. And then only will its locked gates open. Thus he summoned the waters brimming with wicked intent down to drown the kingdom. He created underlings unnumbered and magical devices besides. All this was done to hunt us, adventurous team down and seize the treasure that should have been in our hands. Wait, should have? Before we had another older brother, Nay, in those terrifying days he took the treasure and fled alongside us. But he dissolved into the waters while covering us. I miss him so much. We were very good friends. I hate the dragon even though I know the feelings are not good. But I miss Nay. He was like my real brother, just like Al. We're sorry for your loss. But if that's the case, how are we supposed to save Princess Luris if the treasure's been sealed in the tower and only can be opened again by we said treasure? Well, when they, how do I put this? While they was consolidating our real lines, we, the Orchestra of Jag, obtained some key intelligence that has allowed us to ascertain the treasure's location. Really, you have? Of course, it's right over there. Huh? In the sky? As in the water in the sky. Before Nate dissolved, he used his strength to purify a patch of water in the firmament. It was there that he hid the treasure. What irony. It seems that Narcissus had gotten used to looking down upon us, sitting below, that he has not had the habit of looking up. And there the treasure has been hiding all along. I see, well that does sound like something they would come up with. How do we get up there though? Could Patty and Al take us up there? Very imaginative idea, but unfortunately impractical. If we go up there, we should find a small fountain of magic. Options may open to us when we reach it. Are you feeling better now, Anne? Thank you, Paimon, but you need not worry. We must destroy the bubble formations set up by Narcissus before we head up. And what are those exactly? They are underneath the contraptions powered by the Hydrogona that bombard intruders from a great distance. Perhaps you've already seen one of these on your way here. Yes, we did. And speaks true, the road ahead is vastly more perilous if we do not destroy those formations. Kate should have been in charge of eliminating them before we attacked, but it seems that he might have been smashed into sea foam already. Don't say that. We should be hoping that he made it. He is our comrade in the end, isn't he? In that case, our next task is the destruction of the bubble formations. After that, let's go to the small fountain and see what we find there. In that case, leave it to the traveller. From what Petticho and Alice said, our attacks would work. No, why it's freezing up again. Oh! Paimon didn't mean to put me down. You guys have been fighting Narcissus and trying to save the Princess Luris for so long. But just leave this to the traveller, alright? That's right, leave it to me. You may see us tonight doing their duty. You have my thanks. Alright, in that case, let me lead the way. Square. Okay. Oh no.
Rev the engine!
but a momentary distraction.
There is no escape! Light it up!
Bye, Mr. Bubble. Show mercy. You pretty nice. Follow. Don't control them. What are you trying to do to me?
Shine down! Rise with the sun!
Well, I guess we're not worrying about the mysterious bubble cannon anymore. Well done, soldiers, assemble. Huh, that voice is coming from. Those soldiers refer to us. Wonderful, it seems that Colonel Cade is still here. Let's go up and meet with him. And you look well. That is good. And these two are reinforcements then? Yes, they are. Hold, I do not wish to know these soldiers' names. Amidst a cruel battle, anyone can be turned into raptured bubbles and scattered into foam at any time. Knowing the names of the troops only casts a shadow upon the final victory. I just need to know one thing. Are they reinforcements you sought? Yes, but... Very good, fresh hands will help us keep the suppression of the two remaining bubble formations. About that bubble formation. Next time, soldier, you will report your first... Try again. Next time, soldier, you will give your report first, then question before asking questions. Yes, this is the formations of the places unparalleled peril. Not to mention the three mighty subordinates of Narcissus has been placed within them. Well, about that, we've actually cleared out all the formations. What? Why didn't you say so earlier? We've been trying to tell you, but you haven't been listening. Well then, it's good to see that everyone is well. So, Anne, who are these people again? I am the Traveller and this is Paimon. Traveller and Paimon, pleased to meet your acquaintance. It's a pleasure having new blood like you in Kate's resistance front. Let us fight for Princess Laris and the Can I say that? Reconsider? Kate's Resistance Front, huh? Are you guys the same thing as the Narcissus adventure team? Let me think. Are we? Yeah, we are the same thing. Is how I would put it. Indeed, we have the same objective, plan of action. It's only because I have more combat experience that I am the colonel within my own force. Good, thanks, and you? Where is the rest of your team? Aren't you the same as the Orchestra and Jack? Orchestra and Jack, you mean? What? We're as different as night and day. Why, that Jack. One day people like him will warp the very essence of our resistance movement. Isn't the Orchestra's Jack goal to defeat Narcissus and save Princess Lyris? Sorry, Miss Lyris. Aren't your goals the same? Aye, and that is the rub. He does not recognize her as our rightful princess. He is simply a problem waiting to happen. Today he refuses to recognize her. What will he do tomorrow? Lead the Orchestra to overrun her kingdom? Traveler, what do we do? Jack does seem like the sort of guy that might do that. That's an internal issue. Let's put a pin in that first. Alright, our goals are aligned. We're all doing this for Princess Lyris, and the request one's consider, right? Tongue-tied. Seems like the Necrosica's kingdom situation is kind of complicated. Wait. What about your team? We charge bravely into the buffer formation. Yes, and where's your team? We charge bravely into the bubble formation, and for the rest, please don't ask. Looks like Colonel K's got problems too. Well, he is up against immense firepower. Or should I say, water power. What's next for you? I plan on going behind enemy lines and see what's done after there. I plan on going behind enemy lines to see what can be done after there. After all, it should be quite easy to get up there now that the bubble formations have been broken. I mean, I can't lose to a new recruit, can I? There's no shame in losing to me. This isn't a competition. Regardless, I shall return to where the sun sinks into the sea. Victory in hand. Let us meet again before the high tower. Wait, there's neither sun nor sea here. Since the bubble formation is gone, let's head to the little fountain. It's just over there. Is that a forest boar and an oceanid too? No, an oceanid person. Mori, you're still here. Hello. Mori, no. Huh? Woof, woof, bad people. Oh, goody.
Light it up!
Whoa, why is he attacking us? If there's any more, it wasn't going to come through because he died way too quick. Silly dog. Mori bad. These are good people. Oof, understood. Give ball. You really a dog? You and Paimon shake hands with Mori in a slippery experience, as one might expect of a dog made of water. Great, now we're all introduced. Don't attack them, okay, Mori? So you're a dog. That makes much more sense. Does it? Does it really? How does Mori resemble a dog at all? Didn't Al say that? What, you don't go believing that... Sorry, what, you don't go believing that purpose-defined essence nonsense? Even if you do, Paimon won't. But that's what Mori is, though. A silly dog. Whatever. If Anoshia can be an evil dragon, and of course Bo can be a dog. Alright, alright. I am a silly dog, yes. Woof. And you've been a good boy, haven't you, God, in this place? So is Mori a member of your team? No, I mean Mori is a dog. But a frog, a finch, and a squirrel can join, so why can't a dog? Mori is Mori. Mori must protect the princess. A long time ago, Mori played here with the princess, Al, Petit, Cho, Nay, and Jack. But the air and water they later filled with the scent of evil, and everyone left. Only the princess remains, so I protect her. So that's Princess Luris. Right. It was mentioned earlier that the princess lost her treasure, which is why everything stagnated. So this is where it was. Problem solved. Though isn't the princess in the tower, though? That's right, this is only a statue of her. Seriously, another? Looks like it, but not real, really? Woof woof, not the princess? No, Princess Luris is in her tower. There are two princesses? No, silly, this one's not the real. Woof woof, not the princess? Well, I'll try giving it a sniff. Woof woof, not the princess. Told you so. Well, that's an understandable mistake. This is an applause. The boar is a dog, the Oceanod is an evil dragon, and the evil dragon turned out to be a statue. And the duck and finch are siblings, and the squirrel is a colonel. Exactly. Paimon can feel her sense of what is real and not slipping away the longer we stay here. Well, let's not sweat this monster for, right? Okay, Mori, be a good doggy and descend the tower to meet up with everyone. Okay, what about you, Anne? Me? Well, I'm going with Traveller and Paimon to reclaim the princess's treasure. I see, okay. Bye-bye. Alright then, what do we do now? Use these bubbles and the princess would make... Try again. Use these bubbles the princess would make to try... Again. Use these bubbles. The princess would make these back when she would play with us, and then she would fly up very high indeed. We would fly around in those bubbles, touring the realm. Sounds quite exciting. That sounds like the trick that Hydro Abyss mages pull. Hey, don't say that about the princess's magic. Whatever the case, we just need to sit in the bubble and it'll take us up there, right? That's right. In the meantime, I'll do my best to control the bubble's direction.
Something to add to my collection.
Not that one, apparently. This one. Oh, we're flying. Sure looks deserted from up here. Of course, it's ruled by Narcissus for many years, and he's just the worst. His underlings steal snacks from the children, burst balloons, and scream and shout. Well, they sound bad, but not the way that Paimon was expecting. You mean bad people aren't just like that, right? Well, if they were, the world would be a better place. Weren't we just flying into the sky in a bubble? Weren't we just flying up into the sky in a bubble? Yes, we were. And we kept going up and up until we crashed headfirst into the water, right? Yes, is there something wrong? There's so much wrong with that Paimon doesn't even know where to start. Perhaps this is just one of those... Try again. Perhaps this is just one of the kingdom's magical aspects. No one wishes to have their soul weighed down by gravity. You know what? Paimon's not going to ask. Princess's treasure should be around here somewhere, right? Yes, it's over there, protected by the three-layered seal. Well, you mean that thing in the outer bubble of the big treasure seems to be inside a really small chest. And it looks like there are some threads of water along the connecting the big bubble. Seems like the bubble formation here will not attack us. In that case, let's use it to break the seals. We just need to guide the projectiles into the bubble rings connected to the flowing water. That should transfer the force of the projectile through the water and weaken the seals. Yeah, those bubbles are pretty scary. 1, 2, 3. Looks like there are 3 strands of water. We need to deal with them, and the treasure should be ours. That's right. It's in your hands, Night Traveler and Paimon. This thing. Oh, I see this thing over here. I'm about to fight in the water. I don't want it. One left. Why do I have to go through 3 times? Video game logic. Oh, balls. That's why you're here? I had a feeling it might be when I saw you. I don't know, you moved. Thank you. Oh, hi. Okay, now I can get the treasure. We finally found it, the most precious of treasures. It looks like a pocket watch. Seems like it's not moving anymore. Well, it has been in the water all this time, so it should be broken down long ago, right? This is full of Princess Hilarious' precious time. Let's go back to the tower and meet up with our friends. You're back. Colonel Kate and Mori linked up with us a while you were out. We're back with the Princess's treasure. Well done, soldier. You've made a fine contribution. The Resistance Front is proud of you. Kate, now isn't the time. Not so fast, Colonel. Traveler is in contact with the Archers, not a cannon fodder from some no-name army. Your orchestra couldn't hold the Traveler unless you wanted to name it after her instead. What of your rank? You may as well give it to the Traveler, no? The soldiers bleed while the commander steals their glory. This is quite ordinary. But you now are your special, a colonel, who only does not do... Try that again. Who not only does nothing, but even lets his troop take credit for the victory. Why you were wasting your time away here? I was taking out the bubble formations in the waters above. If not for that, they would have gained the treasure so easily. Stop fighting over me, all of you. I've had enough of you, see you around. Let's get this straight first. I didn't join any of you. You sound like a female protagonist of a novel. Well, how about we get this? How about this? Let's just call it an organization. Colonel Paimon's Resistance Front and Orchestra Paimon. That's it, I'm done. Mori, get him. Oof, oof, bad person. Mori bowls Jack over. Mori bowls Jack over. Kate laughs at him, only to also be knocked over by Mori. The altercation is eventually calmed down by Alan Petitio's mediation. Honestly, Mori's more reliable at times like this, huh? You know, in some ways. Let's get to business, shall we? That's right. We'll get nowhere if we keep arguing. And the more we get nowhere, the more we're gonna argue. Yes, you're both right. Let's have a speech then, Anne. You know, the rousing kind. But I approve of Powan's suggestion. It is not times like this that adventurous leader should step up to the plate. But I'm not good at speeches. And can you really call me the leader? And surely I am the colonel of firm that you would be the best officer for this adventure team. My views of title of colonel aside, we are in accord. I don't know about leaders or glory or whatever, but if not for you, and if not for Traveler and Paimon who brought you here, I don't know what would have become of me. One second, I have to deal with something. I don't know what's happened here. Weird. Don't know what caused that. That's weird. Well, my filters have been removed for some reason. That's why it's not got the voice like it should be, but it should be fine for this. Oh, nice. It would tell me there's another ad. I just noticed that by looking in the top corner. I'll switch back to OBS for a second. Why did it not tell me there's an ad playing on which side? The big headset. This is out my ears. I don't know much about leaders or glory or whatever, but if not for you, and if not for Traveller and Paimon who brought you here, I don't know what would have become of me. Night Traveller Paimon, what do you say? This is what everyone wants. This is between you and them. But if that's the case, what should a leader say in times like this? Let Paimon think. Since we have Princess Larissa's treasure, we just need to enter the tower and rescue her, right? So you just need to encourage everyone to do that before we start. Paimon, do you have any interest in being a leader? How about you, Traveller? Hey, you can't do that. Why not? If not for your strength, we wouldn't have made it this far. We're just here to support you. We're not going to overstep what's been a relaxing time so far. Wouldn't that make me a grandmaster of sorts? Whatever the case, we're only here. Whatever the case, only you can be the leader of this adventure team. That's what everyone wants, so stop trying to push it on someone else. We'll support you. Oh, alright. This leader business used to be so much easier. No matter what the name of our organization is, we're all part of the adventure team. We have a common goal to rescue Princess Laris. Miss Laris. Or Miss Laris, and intend to save the Chrysicru's kingdom. Republic. Please continue on. And restore the land and waters to their original gleaming shimmer, so the recurrence of the sunflowers that once more flourish. Am I not right about that? That's right. We've experienced many battles, partings during these long years of conflict, and many team members we once had were no longer with us. But I won't forget the times we spent together. We'll always be friends. That's right. Even if I am our leader, I am everyone's friend and first and foremost. Same goes for you, Colonel Kate Jack. Don't forget your friendship over differences in ideals and perspectives. And it's being super mature right now, huh? Bravo. Applauds. Come on, stop teasing me. With the knight and Paimon's aid, we were finally able to obtain the princess's treasure. Time that once was frozen will flow again. We will rescue her. For that, Traveller and Paimon, I thank you. You will always be our friends. I believe that our princess would be also glad to call you such. Okay, I'm done now. Bravo. Alright, nice. What do we do next? Well, now it's time to unleash the treasure's power on the stagnant tower. This way its time should flow once more. Like this. Whoa! My thanks, Traveller. Now, unfortunately I fear that none of us knows what will happen next. But since the princess's tower has been unsealed, we should move soon as we can, alright? Right, you are, Petit Cho, let's go.
Rise with the sun! Illusion shattered!
No touching! Access denied. Born of ice and frost. For Rex Lapis!
Light it up! There is no escape!
Why do the narcissus little minions all need so many titles? The more useless the person, the more hats they need. Actually, they are mighty warriors who have caused much harm during the previous engagements. If the battle seemed easy, that was due to your great might. Sorry, Knight Traveler, but our attacks do nothing against these henchmen. It's all up to you. Easy peasy. Bit of a close shave, I'd say. Easy peasy. You know, where's Princess Luris? It doesn't look like there's any path ahead. To be honest, I didn't think this far ahead either. Let's keep going up, shall we? How do we do that? You can fly up there, Paimon. Even if Paimon could do that, what would she do if she encountered the Narcissus' minions? And even if the kingdom's treasures were up there, it would only feel like we found them if you were up there too. Go up, you say. I'm understanding. We do have one. We do, one and all, have a certain amount of power. It is magic that's given to us by the princess. Yes, we can do something with it. But if we do, we're all born from the same source. I don't see why it would be able to understand and accept this. Has this not happened before? I know all this in theory, but I just hate these things. I don't know why, but I just do. Don't make such a face, Anne. We were born with the same waters. And we are only this way because we bound ourselves into different shapes within the thin flims to keep the princess's company coming together once again. For her sake, is it not strange at all? Wait, what are you talking about? As long as we forsake our forms and join together, we can produce great magic. This way, we can send you to the tower's apex. Wait, but if you do that... You need not worry, friend. We all came from the same body of water, so giving our forms is not the same as what you would call death. Pure waters can turn into creatures of all sorts, and changes do not only go one way. Yup, even if we cannot adventure alongside you, we can still progress together. Knight, Traveler, Paimon, what do you say? This is not our decision to make. You can only decide what your adventure team will do. You can only decide whether to proceed or not. Yeah, this is your story. You're right, Traveler, but... Give us the orders, Mum. The tower seals have been broken, which means we can no longer hold Narcissus back. Every moment counts. Alright, I'm counting on you all. Orders received. Leave it to us, Traveler Paimon, and make sure you save the princess. Leave Miss Luris in your hands. In that case, dear Petit Cho, Maury, Colonel, Kate and Jack. Okay, bye-bye. And... it's just like what happened with Maury's fountain. Our powers derived from the princess. If so resolved, we can manifest it once more. Yeah, put yourself together, Anne. Let's go, Night Traveler Paimon. Water is formless. From what water comes, surely water returns to. We need to rescue Princess Loris, that way she'll be able to bring them forth again. It's just a portal. Where does it lead, though? I'm not sure either, to be honest. I've never considered that what happened if we entered the tower. Oh well, in that case, let's proceed with caution. With more proceeding than caution. Let us see what's on the other side. Yes, we should be careful. We're only here to... we're the only ones the princess can rely on.
Take them. I have no need.
Oh, a little warning maybe next time? Paimon's kind of dizzy. There's so many books here. Is this a library? Is this a bookstore? This library has existed long before we arrived. The contents seem to be ancient dioramas. Children love to read books, but there's much they want to understand, so we'll often ask adults to read the stories to them. In the books, there was an evil dragon, where the heroes must hunt the dragon. If there is a mage, there must be a wandering knight. The Rayquaza must come to pass, and the princess must be saved. And of course, a chime will sign that the tale of adventure will come to a halt. And it will not end. There will be another adventure, and another one after that, until the children grow up and leave this place. And... sorry, it feels like memories are suddenly flooded back into my mind. How strange. Well, as long as you're alright, Paimon thought it might be bewitched by Narcissus and magic or something. That might actually be so. Well, what do we do next? I'm not sure either. Whatever the case, let's have a look around. Yep, first off, there's a door over there, but it looks like there's no way through it. You two should be able to get across. Hey, you're Anne's knight right now, you know. This would all be pointless if you don't come along. That's right. This tile sticks out like a sore thumb. Might be some sort of path. Might be some sort of trap, yeah. Paimon doesn't know either, but let's go all the same. That's, the shield of Narcissus. Seems like some sort of seal. This is the center of the world, the castle where the dragon lurks. The tower that imprisons the princess. Sometimes is lost to an ancient city of Ys. Sometimes Arcadia, sometimes it's even the Golden Hyperborea. Here many untrodden realms have conquered here. Many heroes have defeated evil dragons. This is a place that brims with magic, and never was really able to understand it. Children could see through stone imaginary griffins whirl into the distant cloud-filled skies. These 4 pools will be different adventure tales. The 4 seas would sometimes the 4 cardinal realms of the world. I could not understand these things either, but to accompany the children in their adventures, I played with them all sorts of roles. Are these more suddenly emerging memories? Yes. Man, are you alright? I don't know, it feels very strange. These memories are beautiful, but terrifying too. Look atop that small fountain, there's a holy blade of Narcoticum. Really? It looks like some kind of cheap... Behold, Paimon, the holy blade. Seriously, it's just a shabby wooden sword. Still... With a sword in hand, Paimon bets the kids felt like invincible heroes. Ready to take the skies and do battle with their enemies, huh? Appropriately shaped branches of drying poles could also, in the right tale, be a holy blade of light. But one day a certain woman bought several wooden swords for the children to play with, so that the drying poles would stop being used in the fights. And who was that? I do not know. It must have been someone who once lived here. Yeah, it does seem like a kingdom was once a lively place, with all sorts of people in it. When you think about it like that, the Holy Blade must have been very important. A normal sword can cleave flesh, but a Holy Blade cleaves spirit as well. As such, the impervious dragon's formless illusions are no match. If the stories our adventure team reach the end, we will need the blade. Is it really powerful? It looks like a cheap wooden sword. Just take its holiness at face value. Sure, if you say so. But it sure doesn't look like we can reach it right now. Let's continue exploring. Maybe we'll find a way to break this magical bubble.
Illusion shattered! Burn it down! There is no escape!
Access denied. Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
Oh goody, one of those things. Actually, reservoir formation here too. Was it meant to prevent intruders from kidnapping the princess? Yes, that is the case. We also ran into some enemies earlier. Did you say that Princess Lyris gave her treasure to the tower stagnated and even Narcissus could not enter? There's a lot of stuff here that doesn't make sense. What's going on? I don't know either. I never thought about what would happen if we actually entered the tower. This place feels strange. I don't understand. I should never have been here before, but I find myself recalling feelings, many things. Do you two not feel it? No. Paimon doesn't either. Well, do you know what this place is then? This was an assembly hall of the Anachristicurans Institute. Children would study here. Normally, now I remember this was a lovely place. There was no sunlight, but it was always lively here. The children were from different dimensions, some of them different as you two. But here they would study together, listen to the tales of the Hydro Archon, and tales older still. Dimensions. I mean, that some of the children were very small and some were somewhat larger. Hey now, Paimon might be small, but she's got a big heart. Anyway, what about the princess? Was she a child too? Would the princess hear the stories about her? I don't know. Huh? Why does Paimon get the feeling that the story is starting to drift far away from the princess ever since we teleported here? No, this place must have something to do with her. We must be able to find her at the end of this road. She'll be happy to see us. Well, you're the local. Paimon trusts you. You hear the sound of a bell? That sound of the bell. Although it does mean the adventure is coming to a close. Princess Loris is right up ahead. But there seems to be a path leading forward. Let's check out what's inside the treasure first.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
It's a feather. Paimon's kind of dizzy. There are so many books here. This is the library. Wait a minute. Is that Paimon has fully woken up yet, or is it deja vu? Haven't these things already happened before? There will all be another adventure, another one after that, and another one after that. Even though the princess is waiting for us at the end of the road, it's just a bunch of connected loops with no real end. On the other hand, we'll be able to leave as long as we find the place to the end of the road. Huh? Do you have an idea, traveler? Any thoughts, then? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about what happens after this. Then let's take stock real quick. Have you noticed anything, Paimon? You're asking Paimon? Hold on a moment. First, the path here has been connected and such they form a ring, right? In that case, there'd be no getting out. Except we were able to get on those paths, so there should be a way off them. There has to be a point at which we can break through. Next, we saw that super powerful sword or something. Yes, the Holy Blade. It should be the key in the item in some way. Why do you think that? Well, it looks like a wooden sword, but there was a protective barrier. Would all that trouble have been necessary if it wasn't that important? So Paimon thinks we need to get that sword. Was there any other notable thing? Paimon can't think of any at the moment. But that said, this tile sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Paimon didn't just make that one up. When we passed this before, I did feel like weird. Like this tile is not next to the others. That has a different pattern. It could be a trap. That's what I was thinking as well. Good work, Paimon. Wait, then why are you praising Paimon seriously all of a sudden? Paimon's not used to this. But you really do have an impressive mind, Paimon. As for me, my head's a mess. I can't get my thoughts straight. Don't beat yourself up too much. You're being assaulted by strange memories in this place. Anyway, let's think about how we can get out of this loop based on the stuff we thought of earlier. Let's not touch the floor, eh? Was there two here before?
Healthy body, healthy mind.
Ah. The Jabberwocky will win through the looking glass. Yes, Alice. I'll just get ready to put these things. Get these out of the way first. These are all these, so you can use these. It's a blueprint. This is it, right? No, that's Thingy's Wanderers, isn't it? Got lots of these things. Is it on this one or the other one? I can never remember where these items go. It's not going on that one, is it? Being here, there they are. I just saw that special meaning to a certain story. Yeah, no kidding. Sometimes this feather has the power to advance a story forward, sometimes to bring it to an end. Its appearance represents the power that transcends the story. Old yet well preserved, it must have been cherished by many people. Oh, hey, it's two of these guys now.
No touching.
Oh, you moved.
Light it up! Ugh! Yeah!
Allow me.
Pyroclastic surge!
Move out of the way.
Access denied.
Nope.
There's nothing wrong with reaping a reward every now and then.
Not shooting this time. That one's kind of dizzy. There's so many books here. Deja vu, perhaps? Someone wants this tale of adventure to never end. What are you on about, traveler? You know what? Paimon thought that she hadn't woken up yet, but haven't these things happened before? But the future of the story that constantly repeats itself will never come. We must keep pressing forward. Yes. Princess Loris awaits at the end of this path. Paimon knows, last time I was here you said on the other hand we'll be able to leave as long as we find the end of the road, didn't you? So there must be a way. There's 3 of them now. I had a feeling.
Blaze over! Remove all obstacles.
Rise with the sun! Not bad.
Hold the line!
There is no escape! Light it up!
Allow me!
Hey, not a bad haul.
I saw it. I guess it doesn't go back down. Oh, it does. advancing each time. Up an extra floor. Oh, that just reset it. Yeah, I reset it. It doesn't look like much, but once its powers are awakened, it would be an incredibly destructive and invincible weapon. How is it, Traveler? Can you feel its power? Unlimited power. Come to think of it, Andy, you mentioned the Holy Blade was originally a wooden sword that the kids play with? Right, when the young heroes from the the adventure team would pick up the sword, they would be able to defeat all the foes in their tale. Well, let's just use this sword, shall we? Who knows, it might come in handy. If not, we can take it as a souvenir. Don't want to equip that then? I'm not sure if you can. It's probably just an item, right? Yeah, it's just an item, I'd imagine. Does this thing change? Also, we have two of these now, do we not? Oh, the Jabberwocky. Ah, yes, there was different types. Oh, I think I get it now. It looks like the path leads downward rather than forward. This is really a long descent. It's so creepy. Don't worry, Anne. Paimon's really reliable. And really good with a wing glider too. Paimon knows if you're worried about what might come afterward, well, don't be. Real adventure is not only filled with challenges, but with unknowns, and the most important thing is to combat after completing the challenges and unknowns in one piece and gain something in the end. As well, isn't that right, Traveller? You've come this far, it would be a shame to give up now. You did say that Princess Lyris would be waiting up ahead. True. I believe in you, Knight. Traveller, Paimon. You are wise and powerful, and you're also kind people. And ding ding ding, we have a winner. In that case, let's go. Ad Astra Abyssarsk, as Catherine always says. Yes, there were 3 of them. Paimon feels like something should be happening right now. I feel uneasy too. I've been frightened ever since we came down here. No need to worry. Traveler will protect us no matter what, right? Mm-hmm. Of course I will. Yes, I believe in you too. I just don't know what we'll encounter later. We'll take anything as it comes. Still best be prepared, Traveler. We might as do battle with the Narcissus for all we know. Oh, good.
No touching!
They want to fight you again, don't they? I had a feeling.
Access denied!
Burn it down!
Rest and rebuild!
Light it up! Light of the blazing sun!
Allow me!
Rise with the sun!
Well, why do we need an Narcissus here? According to what you said before, the tower lost its time and was stagnated. As such, no one could enter it. But this space is not within the tower. According to what we teleported to a different place from the tower. Ah, that's right. Paimon forgot about that happened. But if that's the case... But how can that be true? The princess should have been in the tower. I mean, that was the adventurous team only hope in this dark world. She isn't our adventurers. The meanings. Al, Petit Cho, and the others. Anne. But we did take out the biggest threat to the kingdom, didn't we? That's a good thing too, right? Yes, you're right, Paimon. Thank you. Thank you both. Anyway, the story's not over. Yep, looks like there's a place we haven't been to before. Maybe we'll find clues there, huh?
Perhaps whoever left these behind was also fulfilling a contract.
It's not a pay, it's for this quest. Just to answer your question. Decided to incorporate the Institute raising orphans and the children of criminals into the public welfare system. Considering the ruins of the previous civilization upon which it was situated, it shall be named the seat of the director, embellished to honor of the Hydro Archon's greatest virtue, and has been taken on by a gentle-natured oceanid. And the title of vice director has been taken up by one who displays exceptional morale, quality, and ability. Yeah, no problem. Rather Age Diary. Let me try and controller. Linking up with Ingold, Guillotine, and the rest of the old gang would go some ways towards solving the dispersion problem. The situation is no place for personal feelings, but what person can lack them completely? Yes. I can only hope that there aren't threatening my dear Sponsia too poorly, or to let rust in the harbour. And I hope my skills haven't rusted away either. I hope all goes well. I'm still want the dough to rise, and it sounds like the play outside the window. I still want to watch them grow into fine adults. Something weird's been going on here. This is already old character Ganyu. My controller, please stop walking to the left.
Sponges. Got 2 packs of 10 sponges.
Mm-hmm.
Give me this plastic straw.
Other age notes.
Okay, it's got your card as the main card.
1 serving of flour, 1 sugar, 1 melted butter, 2 eggs, a large amount of milk with what to make foam. Are you kidding me? What exactly is a large amount? Remember his time. 15 minutes ago at 180 degrees are not the same as at 5 and 540. Interesting. This duty will be taken upon Basil Elton, former commander. May her steel temper be it self-tempered by a family she will establish, with the children going forward. What's that idiot thinking? Well, whatever. Might as well have some fun post-retirement. According to the ancient theatre, mysterious researchers sitting here. We believe that the documents and folklore discovered within the Petrica, not to say that one, the research team of the Institute of Natural Philosophy holds that. Doesn't seem like there's anything relevant. Let's look over there instead, shall we, traveller? I thought something looked a little bit more important. There's a book here too. A picture book, huh? It suits you, Paimon. Well, that's because Paimon's unique sensibility, you know. Picture books just speak to her better. This book gives me a strange feeling. Let Paimon see. A long time ago, in a faraway place, there was once a beautiful and kind princess named Larissus. And yep, she's our main character. I don't want this name, that's not what you said before. You want to read it too, Anne? In case Paimon's gonna keep reading? Oh, come on, it's just a story, there's no need to be so fussy. Anyway, Protagonist needs to an antagonist, an evil one at that. Evil antagonist, well, that's the dragon Narcissus. She's evil that the peace-loving people tremble. And the sound of fear of his name, but not knowing that anyone cares about their feelings, though. He sowed the destruction across the land, searing flames, and spewed from his mouth. His great wings turned cities to dust, and burning breath reduced nations to ash. At last, the princess's realm... Okay, at last, only the princess's realm remained safe. But this is because the princess worked tirelessly to defend her realm from Narcissus' plot to destroy everything. Could not succeed. So, in Narcissus' story, I'm the evil villain. This is kind of weird. It started like a storybook, but it also feels like it isn't. Traveler, you've got a bigger brain here. You have a look too. Huh? What? What is this place? Is this the real Annapolis? Huh? It feels like a book we saw in the Institute of Natural Philosophy. Paimon doesn't know, but it feels different somehow. Paimon wants to say that book's contents are really weird, but this is not really much compared to this, is it? A world like this is not like it is outside. Children should be able to play under the sun, the grass, without fear, a hindrance, or harm. This place does feel pretty comfy, yeah. Paimon feels way better than she did when we were adventuring throughout the kingdom. There was no sunlight there at all. Is that how it is? One mystery follows another. Never mind that. This place really is nice. It's gotta be where Princess Lyris's garden, right? Say, traveler, when our adventure's over, why don't we find a place like this to live? We can eat tasty fruits, plant lots of sweet flowers, and invite our friends over as guests. We could all live happily together. What do you say? Sure. Let's put a pin in that for now. Then it's agreed. Still, we should focus on helping Anne and find the princess first, huh? Hide and seek. Hide and seek. Where did Mary and her friends go? That sounds like someone's singing over there. Hide and seek. Where did Mary and her friends go? To a great sea beyond without borders? To a place where all lives flow? Hey there! Oh, hi! I'm sorry, I was just preparing some tea. I didn't notice you. Come sit. Snacks will be ready soon. I'm sorry, I was just... Oh, I read that already. Just transition. Oh, snacks! Yes, and those are very good. But I must say first, we can only start once the bell rings. We'll be quite rude to do so otherwise. Where are you from, by the way? Why you're a fascinating combination, aren't you? A lovely lady, a little oceanid, and a beautiful floating friend. Paimon's Paimon, and she's the traveler. It's just Paimon, as Anne looked really unhappy. She might have been reminded of something. This oceanid is our friend Anne. Oh my, what a fine name indeed. In that case, please call me Marianne. My, what a pleasant surprise. It has been a long time since I met anyone outside. Where are you from? Well, where? Actually, Paimon's not sure either. We defeated some evil dragon Narcissus, and then we ended up here somehow. The fell dragon Narcissus, you say? That must have been a frightening foe. Did you think so, Traveller? Not really. In a manner of speaking, I suppose. I've heard that Narcissus has hurt many people that turned many kingdoms to ash. Defeating him was an impressive feat indeed. Oh, so you know about him too. Great. We're from the we're from the kingdom, and we're looking for the Princess Luris. Do you know where we might find her? Princess Luris, you say? I'm afraid I do not know. But she should be here. In that case, Anne. But I have lived here for a long time, and yet I've never seen any princess. Perhaps she might be somewhere else? Is that so? But before we came here, we read a book that said the princess and how she's beautiful and kind and stuff. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with such a person. On the flip side, you, Traveller, look quite like a princess from a distant land. You hear the sound of a bell. Is that the bell? Yes, that's the signal for tea time. In the past, children would throw down their wooden swords and the moment they heard this bell, and then they would come into the hall and have snacks. They're not here now, but it's best to follow the rules all the same. They'd be quite disappointed otherwise, I suspect. Well then, shall we? Don't mind if I do. Hooray, snacks! You and Pam enjoy snacks together, they look beautiful. But they are tasteless, like pure water. How were they? Well, they were great, although Pam really couldn't taste them. Are you on a low sugar diet or something, Marianne? My apologies, Pam, I just made them as I remember them. So I'm not sure they'll taste all that good. Oh, don't worry about it. At least Paimon's full now. But in that case, let me take you all out on a stroll. This is a flower garden we've planted and painstakingly taken care of. Lovely, isn't it? I've heard Basil say that caring for children is like caring for a flower. You need good soil, sufficient sunlight, frequent watering, and then you can help them grow however they want. Sounds like this Basil is pretty smart. In fact, we must get rid of the pests from time to time as well. Actually, Basil sounds pretty dangerous too. She's very capable indeed, making snacks, caring for flowers. She could do it all. It would be nice if I could introduce you to her. I have been caring for these flowers for all this time, in the hopes that some friends might come and show them how they have bloomed. And well, here you are. Well, it's a shame that they aren't in bloom right now, though. Well, we just need to water them and they'll be fine. Hide and seek. Where did Mary and her friends go? To the halls, to the sea-born foam, and something over. I can't quite catch it. As the drops of water stay in the garden, the sunflowers spring on the earth, grow quickly and bloom. Aren't they beautiful? That was quick. Well, they've been waiting for friends to arrive after all. And after your arrival, they were so excited. All they needed was a little encouragement, a little rain goes getting them going. So that's how it is. Nature really is amazing, huh? I suspect this exceeds the realm of amazing. Do you like the man? They're very beautiful, like gleaming gold. I knew you'd love them too, after all. You're from a very far away place, aren't you, Traveller? What sort of flowers bloom there? The flowers I wear in my hair. I thought those were flowers. were beautiful the moment I saw you. But I feel they'll be somewhat hard to find now. Traveller? Then let us speak of other flowers. Always I've always been in Fontaine, and I've never gone anywhere else. That said, a friend of mine must have been to Sumeru. I heard of him that there are these many flowers that can't be found here. Those flowers grow on cliffs and only open at night. Some even grow on cacti. And that's when I realized that there were no cacti in Fontaine, and had given me a separate explanation. He was always a serious sort, and was the smartest of us when we were young. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Must be a little too exciting for me, meeting new friends like this. Well then, Paimon, have you seen any special flowers? Monsters dandelions come to mind. Dandelions? Oh, do you have any of those delightful seeds with you? Well, we might. Dandelions, dandelions, bloom, bloom, bloom. Dandelion seeds can only be found in Paimon. Try again. Dandelion seeds can indeed be found on Paimon, and Marianne happily plants them in the soil. Ah, yes. What sort of flower is a dandelion? Paimon thought you knew. Well, how much would you put this? A dandelion is made from very tiny white flowers, and these white flowers also have seeds on them. When the wind blows, these flowers scatter along the wind, and they will take root anywhere, sprout elsewhere, eventually making new flowers. Cool, huh? Wow, they really are. I didn't know such a flower existed. But I've heard something similar. Oh, what sort of flower is that? It's not a flower, but it's a story about water. In a certain place there was a peaceful body of water. Later with disturbance came ripples, and the droplets appeared in those ripples. Droplets that had life in them. This life left the water, then turned into different forms. But though they were more made of water, gulfs between them, due to these differences, each drop of life was very weak, but each was beautiful in its own way. The dandelion just spoke of Paimon, reminding me a lot of that story. A flower that was once united, as what would be separated, would bloom, and each piece would become itself. But a single drop of water is weak and will dry up easily. Together they will be strong. And yet, they will no longer be themselves. Is that how it is with dandelions too? Do you think that's a good thing? Paimon really doesn't get it. What do you think, traveller? They may be weak, but the distance is necessary. Might not be a bad thing for them to unite. People can unite and yet maintain their personhood. Personhood, yeah. Can they really? I think I understand where you're coming from, traveller. What are you talking about? It sounds like what happened between Al, Petit, Cho, and the others to help us meld into one, turning into that big bubble. Yes, I still remember. Well, it might be meaningless to say this now. Let's all have a walk again, shall we? Yes, I can take you to see our dog. Oh, so you got a dog, Marianne? Yes, he's a very silly dog. He's always accompanied me. Something or other. Couldn't really that fast. How much does it seem though? He'll come out when it's feeding time. Since you're my guest, you do the honor. Noble miss, it's an honor to receive you from you. A pleasure to see you again, Miss Marianne. Oh, you good doggy. Good doggy. And how do you do, little miss? Well, thanks for being polite and all, but what's going on? I don't know, but this can't be Maury. He's always kept me company. Does this mean that we've been wrong all along, that this is what dogs really look like? Hard to say. I doubt it. Don't fuss over the details too much. Water can take any shape it likes, and life chooses the form what it takes. However, this has nothing to do with the essence. That's a different matter. Didn't Al say something similarly weird? I have heard something similar, said that the body is a prison that restricts the evolution. That a person was once a child, like all of us. We and many of us heard him tell many stories, and that's how we originally became formless, like water. And then there were no barriers between souls, and thus allowing us to compose an endless story. Many have forsaken their bodies. If the water can be withdrawn from the blood, so try again. Try again. Many have forsaken their bodies, for if water can be withdrawn from blood, so too can the will be drawn from one's form. But if you were to try and sprinkle water over the blackened dust that remains, it will not become blood again. And I remember something, even though I don't really want to. And how much do you remember, Anne? I don't know, there's a flood of feelings and scenes, happy words and angry ones. I'm not sure. I understand. You go first, alright. And remember, be a good dog. Understood. See you, Miss Marianne. See you, dear guests. Oh, this is bad. A number of things that don't make sense just keep going up. If we hadn't seen a dog, Pam would have completely forgot about our stuff already. Didn't we say it was going to rescue Princess Loris? That's right. My apologies, but there's no princess here, only us today. We're simply fortunate to receive guests. But this is the end of the path. She has to be here. But Marianne said... so what that's gonna mean? One of you mistaken, right? Right, traveller? I kind of missed that. What it was saying. Of course, you've got the bigger brain here, don't you? Paimon, we all experienced so far was just a story. Oh, wait, but didn't we team up with the adventure team to defeat the Narcissus henchman? Wasn't that real? Think about it for a moment, Paimon. Is there even a kingdom amongst the 7 nations called that? Huh, you're right, Paimon didn't think of that. So the adventurer team, Al, Betty Jo, Colonel, Kate, Jack, Maury, the 2 of us, and our adventures, they were all just characters in a story? No, that can't be. Paimon can't accept that. Didn't we encounter all kinds of stuff going through the portal in the tower? There's a lot of stuff that wouldn't fit if it was just a story. You know how... like how the Holy Blade mentioned at the start, and how the sealed towers still have monsters and the bubble formations inside? Paimon, I think I understand what the traveller is trying to say. So all the things that happened here after we ascended the tower are things outside the realm of the story. Is that right? More accurately, the parts of the story that have not yet been written. So the Holy Blade and Narcissus were still inside the story. It's just that they have not been arranged correctly yet. Pat myself finds it hard to imagine anyone who would create huge buildings just for a story. I believe this structure already existed. It was just used as a setting for our story. Huh. So that means that the things recorded along the way were things that happened here before. And I'm just another character in a story? You're not merely a character. The fact that you can think about this means that you can remember it. But if that's the case, who is Anne? I am Anne. I must rescue Princess Loris. Alright. Alright, Traveller Paimon and dearest Anne, our time is up. I enjoyed our time together, but I'm afraid it's time for you to leave. Oh, why did you have to say it was fiction? You already knew. Spare a thought for Anne's feelings, at least. Your vision bursts your furniture weightless. What happened? But... Shh, there's no need to say anything, Anne. Once I heard my best friend tell a story about a beautiful princess trapped in a high tower. Before you arrived, I had a dream. I dreamt that a small, brave Oceanid, and we set out to save the princess. And perhaps there are princesses in the world, and dragons too. But I also know that the world's affairs are rarely this simple. Why would a dragon be concerned with a princess after all? After waking up, I would find this dream laughable, yet nostalgic. Every time I thought about it, do you remember now, Anne? No, there has to be some other way. If I can't rescue Princess Laris, then what about my birth? My only wish? Do they have no meaning? Don't say that, Anne. Your birth is a beautiful accident. As things stand, I can only wish for you to live for your own sake. Go see the world and see how it's changed these past years. I wish for you to have your own soul, memories, personality, and wishes. I wish for you all to be the master of your own fate and experience the beauty of the real world. Can you do that for me? It was a pleasure to meet you, Traveller Paimon. And it was my pleasure to meet you too, Anne. But the Anne of Pearls is our tomb. I do not wish for you to linger here. Marianne, what are you saying? That we can't help you? Sorry. Marianne, what are you saying? That we can't find a way to help you? Can't we? I sense you're good-hearted and powerful indeed. Thank you, Paimon and Traveller. I'm just someone who sometimes enjoys dreaming of a lovely adventure, some wonderful futures. But I know what happened in the past. I already know that there's no going back. In the real world, everything has already ended. So, this is farewell. Anne? I'm sorry, Knight, Traveller, Paimon. I had already started to feel that some things were off earlier in the adventure. As you led me to the story's track, I started to understand and recall some things. But still. But I still want to rescue Princess Laris. For that reason I was born. I want to save her and bring this story to a happy end. I mean, I don't even know who she is. I only know she's a gentle, lovely princess trapped due to Narcissus' invasion. Don't worry, Anne. At least we had some fun traveling as an adventure team, right? Traveller, do you know things that would turn out this way? No, I thought we could help Anne. Oh. Well, if that's the case, we still can help Anne. Huh? Paimon didn't understand anything Marianne said there at the end. Did you, Anne? I did, sort of. I could sense that she was speaking of something terrible that happened in the past. Well, Paimon feels that's unfair. Not just for you, Anne, but to us too. That's why we got to find out what happened. At least if we do, we can come up with some sort of plan. Whether it be saving the princess or figuring out what Mary Ann said, or whatever, we just want to help you, Anne. Isn't that right, Traveller? This story isn't over, Anne. We'll find a way. Okay. Still, if this is just a story, then there's one thing Paimon doesn't get. What role do we play, Traveller? I can't be sure, but I think we're most likely unidentified factors, an accident. And that's why we can bring this story to an end. Ah, Paimon gets it now, so Anne found us, brought us into the story. You might not have thought about it, Anne, but since we were able to knock this story off course means that we've opened all sorts of unknown possibilities. Isn't that right, Traveller? You could say that. Thank you, Night Traveller. Thank you, Paimon. That's why we also need your help, Anne. Since we need to continue our adventure, well, can you think of anything that would help us figure out what to do next? Let me think. My memories contain this place known as that place, the Ordo. This place appears to have some very deep connections in the past events. That's true. The Kingdom Adventure Team, yeah, they seem connected all right. Do you have any idea what this Ordo might be? No. Oh, that's right. We're very experienced adventurers. If you need it, we'll find it.
Beautiful treasures are a cause for great happiness.
Did I accidentally just leave? That the end of that quest? I wasn't quite sure.
We're way behind schedule.
Go back in there, I guess. Assuming I can get back in there. Looks like you can. Oh, hey. I guess that was the end of it, huh? Right, just going up there. Get this place, huh? I think I ever got on there though. Yeah, we'll talk to this stupid thing. Cannot enter that thing, can we?
We're way behind schedule.
How will we get back up there now that I came back down is another question. I guess we can go on to this one now then. And then we'll go down the list. And then get to this nightmare. I think these are the two I was told to do, this one and this one. Oh hey, it's a warp here I missed. I didn't realise that. Oh, is it in an area? No, I thought I got all these. Apparently there's a few I've not got. I don't know this area yet on purpose because there's a quest there. So, what's the fastest way? Probably here. I just started to wish in my head that there's some of those names that was mentioned by Marionette, I believe. That's why somebody told me to do this quest line, huh? But I'm going to leave this one here because I don't think I've got enough time to finish this one off. So I will continue this tomorrow. Yeah, not later tonight, depending. But I've got to go eat. So thank you for watching, and I will be back on tomorrow. Or later tonight, depending on what time it is.